Hey everyone, it's 717. How you guys doing? Looks like we're gonna do some hand launch over there. I came up this morning and I just flew an entire pack of one of these zippy compacts. This 1800 milliamp pack from Hobby King, and it really balances out the Bonanza really well. Now I'm still flying it with the Lemon RX, the stabilizer, but I have it turned all the way down basically on this. But it really takes the handling of this airplane and it really makes it handle really well. So we're gonna go for another flight here in just a moment here. I've got everything set up and ready to go. I have the elevators have to really be on a low rate because it is the elevators are quite big for this airplane, so it really they're very, very reactive. So I've turned down the throws on my elevators. Ailerons, on the other hand, I have them going full bore here because I like a nice sporty airplane. So we're gonna go for a flight here. Like I said, guys, I just ripped this pack right here. I flew for about 10 minutes and man, I just had a great time. So I'm gonna throw the airplane up here in just a moment and hopefully I don't hit Scott's discus launch glider here. So there's just a little bit of lift here this morning. I don't know if you guys can see his discus launch glider. He does an amazing job with that. Hey Fishy Comics, how you guys doing? All right, so audio was good. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, I'm not using my external microphone today, so it should come straight through my iPhone today. All right, guys. So let's say hello. And look who has a new haircut. Oh, da, 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 da. I feel so sporty. My wife always cuts my hair for me, so it's pretty sweet. She's so nice. All right, guys. Let me put this on my birth control head mount. That's in case anybody comes up here, any ladies come up here and say, who's that guy with that thing on his head? Wow, he's so attractive. All right, guys, let me see here. See if that's gonna, I think that'll probably work pretty well. All right, let's try this again here. So like I said, guys, I had a really great flight, so I thought I would just throw in a second battery and take you guys along with me. Of course, the wind's coming up right now too. All right. Bonanza. All right, here we go, guys. I always do the underhand launch just like this. Just put it up to about 75% and just let it go. I do pitch it up a little bit because it will dip down a little on you. And so since we're on a hill here, I don't have to do it too much. Here we go. There we go. I'll keep it semi-close so you guys can see. So one of the reasons I fly with the stabilizer is I have this airplane. I don't know if it's just mine or if it's all of them, but it would have a tendency when I would put power on that the nose would dip down really hard, and so the stabilizer takes care of that very easily. I mean, you could either use a stabilizer or you could use a mix on your radio for throttle to elevator. The other thing that would happen was that when you would let off throttle, it would nose up on me a little bit. So that was a little weird. So with the stabilizer on, it just takes all of that tendency away. Come down the runway. So it's just a great sporty airplane. I have it in high rates for my ailerons right now, about 10 millimeters a throw, and it makes it nice and snappy. When I let go of the controls, it just stays right where it should be. And by the way, guys, if you are commenting, obviously I can't see the screen while I'm flying here, but I will comment on any of your comments when I finish the flight here. One of the things I love about V-tails is the rudder throw, the rudder authority, I should say. It's hard to talk and fly at the same time, but the rudder on all V-tails has always been really nice. So, yes. Go underneath Scott here. I'll bring it right past our nose here. But yeah, on 3S, it's such a sporty airplane. I really like the way it handles on 3S. I haven't tried 4S yet, although some of the guys on the forums were talking about doing 4S. It would be an interesting test. I'm not sure if I have like an 1800 4S though. I think I only have like a 2200. Make sure I don't hit Scott's airplane because that one's cost more than my car at the moment. All right, we're gonna bring it straight towards us here.
Time remaining 6.
A little bit too zesty there. I almost turned it all the way in. All right, just gotta bring it right past our nose here. One more time here. Low and fast. Here we go. Yeehaw!
Time remaining 5 minutes.
Am I okay to come down the runway? Okay, coming down the runway. Cross the runway. This is a great airplane, you guys. I think this is probably one of the better airplanes that Hobby Kings put out. Like I said, I had that issue with the nose nosing up and it off throttle and on throttle it would dip down a little bit, but I put the stabilizer in there and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to write any mixes or anything like that. So take it for what it is. It might just be my airplane. My tail is not exactly glued on exactly perfectly, so that could have been my fault. So I don't want to fault Hobby King for that. All right, guys, I'm gonna take this in for a landing in just a moment here. As soon as you land, Scott, I'm gonna land as well. Okay, all right, thanks. All right. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a slightly downwind landing. I don't know if I should do that or not. The wind has changed here. I was landing up number 4 here for all morning, but now I've got a little bit of a tailwind. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Of course, it's a little bit of a crosswind. I'll turn up the stabilizer just a little bit to help me out with the crosswind.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Oh, a little harder than I would have liked. All right. All right, guys. How'd you guys like that flight? It was pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet, yo. She glides forever. You're having great weather. Stuart Sutherland says, okay, I'm gonna grab the airplane here. We'll go through you guys' comments. I love this airplane. It's so nice. Like I said, I had that issue where when I would put throttle on, man, it would nose down pretty hard. And then, of course, that was with the 1300s. This is what the 1800 did right now. I think it definitely had a tendency to stop that, which was nice. But also when I would let off throttle, it would just start nosing up, and it would just keep nosing up until it would stall. So the stabilizer, like I said, I have that on. I was flying it on 0 rate here, which brings the. Oh, that's full. Excuse me. So I would have it on 0. So you just get very minimal correction from the stabilizer. It was just enough to do the elevator, which is really nice. But this thing flies really great the way it is there. So let me just take a quick peek at your comments, guys. All right. Fishy Comics is awesome. Mark Dibbles. Good morning, Mark Dibble. Good morning, Fishy Comics. Eddie Maveski, wondering if there's a space for flight FC gear and FPV gear for this foaming. It is possible. I would think. Like this canopy here, you could easily inset a camera in the center of this canopy very easily. I bet you could buy a second one so you could just have an FPV set up and just stick it in there. As far as FC, this is it. This is the room you have. Unless you were to cut into the back of the fuselage and put the flight controller in there, you're not going to have enough room for a flight controller in there. So, all right, let's take a quick peek here. Flying Hellfish, any room for Arcbird or tiny FPV? So yeah, I just answered that question. So what kind of stabilizers am I using? This is a Lemon RX stabilizer. They're like 25 bucks. They bind right up to your Spectrum, and it is just a reactive stabilizer. So if you're running a DX9 or excuse me DX8 or higher, it puts the stabilizer gain on this knob right here automatically, and then also the on-off is right here for the stabilizer. So normal mode.
Gyro initialized.
Gyro. So
7, 6, 5.
So yeah, so all you have to do is line this up in the center of the airplane. I have it taped down because there's a bit of a hole right here where the wires pass through. I have it taped down just because it came loose with my double-sided stick tape the other day. You can buy these with the end pins being facing straight up and down or sticking out the end, and I highly recommend them. I fly them in a lot of my airplanes. Up here at Kite Hill, we get a lot of crosswind happening, so when I'm landing with an airplane that has landing gear, it really helps me out with the cross landings because, frankly, I'm not that great of a pilot. Stuart Sutherland says, hey Jeff, she looks great. Thank you, Stuart. Dave says, what battery are you using? I made mine with a 2200 milliamp and it doesn't fly well. That's pretty much the consensus with this airplane, Dave. 2200 has basically been deemed too heavy. So the heaviest battery I'm running right now, and this is the flight pack I used right now, is the Zippy Compact 1800. And I wrote hang on a second, I wrote oh darn it, I pulled my battery strap out. Now I got to fish it underneath there. So I wrote the weight on the end of these things. This is 134 grams. Then I also have the 1500, which works really well too. And let me see, I wrote that one on here too. Hang on, guys. So here's the two battery packs. This is a 1500 and an 1800. And there's only 10 grams difference between the two packs. So the 15 or the 18 will work just fine. They're about the same shape. What big problem that happens with the 1300 is that we start dropping more grammage here. This is only 120 grams, but it is more compact and it stays more in the nose. But I find that the 1300 milliamp packs are a little bit too lightweight, and it ends up being a little bit too tail heavy. Let's see here. Stuart Sutherland says, I use a 1400, Dave, and she flies sweet. Yeah, 1400 would be right in there. She glides forever. You're having great weather, I know. What stabilizer are you using? So we just answered that. And Dave says, at Stuart Sutherland, thanks. I'm having to buy batteries. I'm looking for the best in terms of weight and time. So yeah, I'm getting, I mean, that flight that we just did, I'm pretty much on the gas the whole time. And the 1800 will get me close to 8 minutes. I'm probably longer than that. I mean, if you were just flying around normally, you would probably get easily probably over 10 minutes easily. So anyway, let me flip the camera around here. Guys, thank you for joining me so much. This has been a real fun morning because I just came up and I decided to fly, and this thing flew so well this morning. After the first pack, I'm like, I got to do a quick live stream so I could show off the capability of this airplane. So later on, I will put a link in the description down below. If you decide to buy this airplane, it would definitely help out my channel. And I will see you guys later. I'm gonna go get some coffee from Starbucks and start my morning. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Oh, we have a last minute comment here. I know you're a Spectrum guy, but do you know if our Sky has a stabilizer? Yes. Flying Hellfish, I do believe that FR Sky has a stabilizer that is integrated with one of the receivers. So look into that. I don't know the number of it because I just found out about that myself. So, all right, guys, that's the end of the video, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Bye.